to another video. Recently I've been having such trouble with my sleep and shutting off from the day. I know exactly why it is. It's because of my phone, and I've just had real problems with the need to scroll. All I'm doing at the moment is scrolling. Before bed I spend maybe 2 hours on TikTok scrolling. After I'm done scrolling for the night, I find it really difficult to sleep. So tonight I'm going to try something that's helped me in the past and has helped me in the past couple of days and weeks, which is Headspace. So first, before the video starts, I'd like to thank Headspace for sponsoring today's video. So if you don't know what Headspace is an app that helps with all sorts of things, helps with your general mood, sleep, your stress levels, and there's loads of different meditations and like podcasts and things on there that help you with all those things. I'm specifically using Headspace for my sleep at the moment. So yeah, Headspace offers like guided sleep meditations, sleep casts, which are the ones I've been listening to, and loads more on the app. There's so many different ones to choose from. I've recently been listening to their sleep casts, which I like little podcasts that help you fall asleep. Sometimes I listen to podcasts when I go to bed that are very like overwhelming and actually make me more awake more than anything, but the sleep casts on Headspace are actually designed to help you fall asleep and stay asleep, which is really good. So yeah, last night I listened to the Treehouse sleep cast, which was set in like a nice forest, and it was really relaxing to listen to. Tonight I think I'm going to be listening to Rainy Day Antiques, so I'm guessing it's set in an antique shop on a rainy day, and it has like the ambience settings, so you can change how much you want the sounds of the background compared to the voice. It's just really great. It's been really helping me sleep. So yeah, if you want to use Headspace for yourself, you can use the link in my description, which will give you a 60-day free trial for Headspace, or you can scan the QR code which I'll put here. Yeah, thank you again to Headspace for sponsoring today's video. I'm going to put one of their sleep casts on now to go to bed, because tomorrow I plan to try and have a phone-free day. That's kind of the concept of this video. But yeah, that is the plan for today's video.
It's a great place to go and soak up the atmosphere, but especially when the rain is bucketing down outside. It's a haven of calm, of coziness. It's almost as though it exists outside normal space and time.
My scrolling and screen addiction has become disgusting. I checked my screen time this morning, and my daily average was 13 hours the other day. That is embarrassing and horrible to admit, but I really want to fix that, and today I thought I'd start by trying to use my phone as little as I can today. I'm going to be doing like things in the day that don't require me needing a phone. There's so much more I could be doing with my days than scrolling on TikTok. So I feel like my attention span is completely gone, and I feel like this is the age where I'm not a teenager anymore. I need to like sort my shit out and get off my phone, and I really want to fix my attention span. I don't know if it's possible. I've never really had the best of attention spans, even before social media and phones, but my phone has just made it 10 times worse. I've gotten to the point where I can't even sit in silence. I can't even sit in my own thoughts. If I'm making a cup of tea or making dinner or going to bed or just sat in my room getting ready, I have to have either music, a podcast, or whatever TV show I'm watching at the time on in the background. And I don't think it's very healthy to not be comfortable in my own silence and constantly need to be distracted by it's just dopamine, like being hits of dopamine, and I want to try and see if I can get dopamine from other things. Even when I go on walks is one thing that I don't really use my phone when I'm on a walk, but I have music on my headphones when I'm walking. I want to try and today go for a walk in complete silence with my own thoughts, and it's actually affecting my day-to-day life. Like I can't seem to sit down and write an essay anymore or sit down and read a book. I haven't read a good book since probably when I was in America, I think. Like properly read a whole book start to finish. I'm able to read like chapters, but in this video today I actually really want to see if I could sit down for like a good hour and really get into a book, because my attention span's so bad that I'll read a book for maybe 2 chapters and then I'll get bored and I'll go on my phone. But I can't really remember the last time I got properly stuck into a book. So I really want to do that today. I also haven't done any of the old hobbies I used to have for a while. All I do now in my free time is watch TV or go on my phone. I'm at a point now where I think if I don't stop this and if I don't find other things to do with my time instead of scrolling, I think I'm doomed, basically. I feel like I'm already a bit doomed because, like I said, my attention span is completely gone. But 13 hours is, there's no excuse for that. That is an addiction. And I feel like I want to get back some of the old hobbies I used to have. Like I really used to enjoy in my spare time. I used to put on my old vinyl player. This is when I was like 14. I used to put on my vinyl player, put on the Stranger Things soundtrack on my vinyl, and I used to like draw and write in my journal and just like doodle. I used to actually really enjoy painting and drawing. I'm not the best at it, but I used to actually really enjoy having a focus and sitting down and doing something. And this was years ago. I can't even remember the feeling of sitting down and painting and being focused on one thing without distractions of other things going on. I might go and get some art supplies or something and do a bit of painting this afternoon. Who knows, but I'm gonna try my best to not touch my phone today. I really don't want to. It makes me feel like the time is just wasted. I feel like we spend half of our lives on our phones. Obviously it's kind of funny how I'm filming a YouTube video while talking about screen addiction, but I don't think long form content is really my problem. I think it's healthy to watch a long YouTube video every now and then or watch a Netflix series, but when it's constant, when I literally can't go and make food without Gilmore Girls being on in the background, that's when it's an issue. And my main thing I'm fighting with is TikTok and Reels and everything with that highly addictive scrolling feature, which has actually been the worst thing I think to happen in the past couple of years is the scrolling. But yeah, if I don't fight this addiction now, I fear scrolling is going to take over my life and everyone's life. But it sounds really dramatic, but I think that's what's happening. I'm putting away my screens for the day. Hi, Michael. I'm gonna put them up here somewhere. I'm gonna make a little flask of tea for my walk, I think. And I want to choose a book to read. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, and all the books that I've started to read in my previous videos, if you've been watching, I get maybe 2 or 3 pages in or 2 or 3 chapters in, I'm really enjoying the book, and then I just put it down and I forget about it. So I feel like a bit of a fake reader, because I am a bit of a fake reader. Yeah, I have there's like hundreds of books in this house scattered around. So I'm gonna choose one. Sit next to that tree there, start my book, and I've got a flask of tea with me in my bag, which is perfect. Watch this. Trick I learnt when I was a kid. I've just been sat reading, and not even just reading, actually just sat for maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, and then a tractor came to lay down manure in the field I was sat in, so I left. I found that time goes a lot slower while I'm not on my phone. I feel like the day is just wasted so quick while I'm scrolling, or when I'm just watching TV. But now I've been outside, 40 minutes felt a lot longer. Felt like I was there for like hours. Okay, part 2 of my phoneless day. I'm gonna go to a little arts and crafts shop near me to get either some paint or like a colouring book. I know that sounds stupid, but I used to do those like adult colouring books. I don't know if anyone remembers when those were like trending in like 2019. People used to get these adult colouring books to help with their attention span. Might see if they have one of those, because they're quite satisfying to do. Album of the day for the car ride. This is kind of fitting to the video, me using CDs in my car, but I do that anyway, just because it helps me not to get distracted. But yeah, no Bluetooth today. I'm gonna put on the Joni Mitchell CD. This is like, I found this in my dad's CD collection actually. It's like loads of her songs from different albums, so perfect. I couldn't find many options for colouring books, and the paint was really expensive. Last time I went to that shop was when I was doing my art GCSE, so I was getting like flashbacks to arguing with my mum about what acrylic paint to get, but I got a relax with colour patterned book, and I got some colouring pencils. It feels ridiculous that these are the things I have to do to try and get my attention span back, but I'm resorting back to colouring books. Okay, I've been colouring for like half an hour. It's now raining, which is quite nice. I've just been sat here in silence colouring with the rain. I haven't got very far. I got a bit distracted on one of them. This one was frustrating me because the spaces were so small, so I had to really concentrate, so I started on this one. But that was actually a really nice way to spend an evening, like an hour of an evening. Instead of scrolling, which I probably would have been, or just watching TV, I've actually been concentrated on something that wasn't my phone, which was actually really nice. These pencils are shit though. I spent £3 on them and they're just snapping, but yeah, I'm gonna colour a little bit more because it's crazy that a grown woman has to colour to try and get her attention span back, but that's where I'm at, that's the point I'm at. But it's actually been really nice, especially with the sound of the rain. But after this, I'm gonna have to log back in to a little bit of technology because I need to do my essay for uni. Unfortunately, I will have to look at a screen, but I'm not going to be scrolling, I'm actually going to be concentrating, and hopefully I'll concentrate a bit better now on my essay, considering I've not been on my phone all day. Well, I've not scrolled all day anyway. I have been on my phone occasionally, but I've not scrolled all day. I think my screen time today will probably be like 30 minutes, honestly, maybe an hour, which is better than the 13 hours I had the other day, which is so embarrassing to admit. Yeah, I forgot how hard colouring in the lines is. I was going to get like a canvas and some paint and actually paint something, but it's quite expensive in there. I kind of forgot how expensive paint can be. So this colouring book was the next best thing. Oh my god, my posture. So this book was the next best thing. For some reason I didn't have an outro for this video, but I just coloured for the rest of the night, and then I did my essay, which I actually found I focused way harder on my essay. So I think this day was a success in my books, but I actually really enjoyed this phone-free day. Well, not completely phone-free, but scrolling free day. I'm definitely going to be doing it again. Since this video I've actually been colouring a little bit more. I've done a few more of the designs, so it obviously worked, but that's probably where I'm going to end today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you're all having a great day or night, whatever time it is, where you are. And thanks again to Headspace for sponsoring the video. You can use the link that will be at the top of my description, or this QR code here. I'll see you in the next video.